Hello everybody. I am here in the Klinika Buchinger Wilhelmi in Marbella in the presence of Father Niklaus Brantschen. He comes since many years to give a course in Zen meditation. He has written a little but very dense and interesting book called Fasting, What, Why, How. This is a translation of the German book Fasten Neuer Leben. He speaks there about the Jewish-Christian tradition of the fasting and other traditions too, centered on the three dimensions of the fasting: fasting, praying, and giving alms, an old triad that he explains with very contemporary words. He is not only a Catholic priest, a Jesuit, he is also Zen meditation master, and at the same time a very good expert in fasting, leading fasting groups, but also fasting himself till today with 85. I asked him that we talk about these three dimensions, and at the same time that maybe we focus on these dimensions called giving alms. How can we understand this dimension today with our words? Niklaus, thank you very much for being here and doing this little interview. We are very happy every year to have you, your presence, your influence, and all the teachings that you give to our fasting guests and patients. This is the spiritual dimension, and at the same time, around you, you build up a little community. So you are the ideal person to talk about the three dimensions of fasting.
Thank you, Françoise, for inviting me to discuss with you this issue. You are right, there are three dimensions. Going back to the first Bible, Tobit speaks about fasting, prayer, and give alms. And what does it mean, give alms? There is a famous philosopher in the 2nd century, and he had to write a statement to the Emperor Hadrian. Hadrian wanted to know more about the Christians. And Aristides in 128 make a statement about the Christians, saying, whenever someone of the community is hungry, they used to fast for 2 or 3 days, and then they share what they have cooked with the hungry human being. That's very important, that fasting is not just fasting, but also sharing. And what does it mean, give alms, to share? There is also an insight of Lanza del Vasto. Lanza del Vasto was a disciple of Gandhi, and he says, if you will be open for the others, and I would say also for the problems of the world, then be modest and fast from time to time so that you can feel what does it mean to be dependent, or you can feel what you need, and then you can also understand the others.
What the others need.
What the others need, yeah. And what the earth needs, because we are completely one, and fasting helps us to realize that we are connected not only with the other people, but with the whole world, even with the universe. And then we start to think about what can we do, what shall we do, that life is possible not only for me, but for everyone on this planet Earth. And also the life of our Mother Earth can go on.
And this means that to reach this state of consciousness where you feel what the others need, what the earth needs and what I myself need, you need the two other dimensions of the fasting.
Yeah, because there are three dimensions, but there is only one experience. And the two other dimensions are to be in a relationship to me, to be careful with your own body, to have a walk in the fresh air. Gandhi says, for instance, take a bath in the fresh air in the morning. So be careful with you. That's one dimension.
Do the fasting according to the needs of your body also.
Yeah.
Be respectful with a good
Exactly.
method.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to the others, the second dimension.
Yeah.
And then fasting helps us to become silent, to become quiet, to open our hearts, or to pray, as Otto Buchinger used to say. Fasting is from the essence of the process. The essence is to be open, to pray. And he said, doesn't matter how do you pray, but be open for the transcendence.
And also reach the state of stillness inside of you.
Yeah, because when you reach the point of stillness in you, you can feel that you are one with everything, as I already mentioned, but also with the whole universe and the reality we used to call God. Therefore, fasting is so fascinating. Finally, after 40 or 50 years, more than 50 years of fasting, I can say it's fascinating to have such a wonderful way. I will not say a technique.
It's a tool.
But that's a wonderful tool, a wonderful present to the mankind. And to come back once more to the famous philosopher Aristides, saying that Christians share what they need for their body. That's, so to speak, the UIP of Christians, sharing.
Yeah, not sharing only your superfluous, the too much that you have, like if you are overweight and you are happy to lose some kilos, which is good, but this goes far from beyond.
Yeah, share your time, share what you have. Sometimes we have too much and we could share really easily, and share also your life. So therefore, then we start to be alive. And when we have three dimensions, that's exactly what we call love God and the others as yourself. They are the three dimensions.
And you mean when you practice fasting, like you practice praying or meditation, then you have the possibility to accelerate the process of getting more conscient, getting more lively.
Yeah, it's really, as you say, it's exactly the point. Not only accelerate, but make it possible.
Yes.
And deepen your experience. You can have some experience of being in contact with the others or connected with the others, but this insight is deepened thanks to fasting.
Did you notice in your long experience of fasting, you said 50 years, that at the beginning you were more centered on your body, on the functions of your body, how can I survive without food and all these questions, and today that you experience the fasting totally, you don't need to lose weight, but probably for you it's another experience.
You know, Otto Buchinger, during the first fasting, it was especially his health, the body, but only during the second and the third fasting he discovered the spiritual dimension. So little by little I discovered the other dimensions, and today I don't speak about dimensions. I don't distinguish it between dimensions. It's just one fasting. As you can also distinguish in your life different aspects, but
yes.
that's only one life.
So you fast and you are in contact, in communion with your own body, with the people and with the creature around you, and also with God.
Right, without thinking about.
Yes.
That's just quite natural.
Wonderful.
That's what life is on.
Thank you, Niklaus.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much. So I think you have influenced us a lot, and I thank you for that. I hope we are going to see you every year. And maybe I give you the word for the little conclusion to our talk.
Thank you so much, Françoise Wilhelmi de Toledo. It's a wonderful name. Françoise Wilhelmi de Toledo. Thank you very much for the invitation from time to time to Überlingen, or this time here in Marbella. We know each other since almost 40 years, and what I admire is that you are never giving up. You are starting again, looking forward. You are making research on fasting. You are stressing the 3 dimensions. So please go on, and let's go on together. And thank you, whoever you are, wherever you live. Please, you too, go ahead and never give up. Life is beautiful. Not easy, but beautiful.